into the shooting of Louis-Georges Dupont 27 years ago, and at the time concluded it was a suicide. The family, though, says it's murder. Today, the family also heard some surprising allegations that Dupont himself, the victim, led a secret life. Christine Lawand has this report.
Jean-Marie-Hubert stepped out of obscurity to face the glare of the media and the scorn of the Dupont family. Hubert led the investigation into Louis-Georges Dupont's death, the same man who would later lose his badge on suspicion of corruption, and for the Dupont family, the #1 suspect in what they believe to be murder.
Il est suspect, c'est évident qu'il est suspect.
Speaking for the first time in public about the case, Hubert told the inquiry that Louis-Georges Dupont was not just a colleague, but a close friend. When Mr. Dupont died, it hurt me even more than if it was my own brother, he said. He testified that just days before his death, Dupont looked gaunt and depressed. When his family reported him missing, Hubert says he feared the worst. Hubert led the search for Dupont with a 3-day excursion to Montreal. Today, for the first time, he explained why. I knew he had a mistress in Montreal, and if things got too bad, he said he'd run off with her. This was the first time the Dupont family heard the mistress story, but they don't believe it. They say Dupont spent most of his spare time at home, and what's more, Hubert was no bosom buddy.
On n'était plus amis. Après, aussi, le témoignage était fait le 17 septembre. Il plus rien de machin.
Dupont's widow says ever since her husband testified against Hubert at an inquiry on police corruption, the friendship came to an abrupt end just 2 months before his death. That inquiry linked Hubert and another police officer to a Trois-Rivières prostitution ring. Whatever Louis-Georges Dupont did say against his colleagues all those years ago will never be known for sure. Records of his testimony have mysteriously disappeared, and Jean-Marie-Hubert says he doesn't remember anything about the inquiry that cost him his job. Christine Lawand, CBC News, Trois-Rivières.